I love that I can tell that you're going to grow and continue to mature as a musician with a lot of sensitivity and musicality. And you should always, aim for that. Even when you're about to play snare drum for me, you're about to change character. But whatever you're trying to do, you need to get the audience to come along with you for that journey. All right. In this case, it was very delicate and pretty. Maybe with the snare piece will be more aggressive and exciting. But whatever it is, you have to take on that character and make it obvious. And I see that you already have that naturally in you. So keep that up and always exaggerate it and make it really obvious for the audience. So that was fantastic. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to play the main melody at bar 17, where it goes back, dial tempo. But I want you to play it the loudest, pretend it says 4 Fs. Okay, but with good technique. I'm not saying angry heavy metal marimba. I'm just saying play it as strong as you can with good technique.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And what a difference that made just in that one time. There's so much more energy because you're trying to bring more energy because you have to hit harder. But you can't be afraid to make sound, even if the dynamics are light. This was one of the answers to the test from the last person that played it, is that you're the band, okay? So a mezzo forte is not the same as when you're in band class. A mezzo forte, when you're it, has to be a little bit stronger because you still have to make a clear statement. I can't talk to you about this and be like, you would be like, wow, that guy's crazy, and I don't really understand him anyway, okay? But musically, you held back. I'm not saying that you were shy or timid. You played very confidently, but you just did it at this scale that was lower than it needs to be. So what you just played right now was a reasonable forte. It was good. But the beginning, the mezzo forte, the first time you played, could be louder. Now, you need to hit in the centers of the bars whenever possible, and you have to be a little bit more picky about that. Even on the accidentals, centers of the bars are your first choice. Yes, you can hit on the edge of the bars when necessary, but if possible, this is not a super fast situation where you're not going to you're not playing a lot of notes. So you have enough time that I think you can stretch and get to the centers of the bars. And then on the naturals, right in front of you, just make sure you're not high up on the bar. Really hit right over the resonators to get the fullest sound possible. The other thing is, part of it's mental and part of it's real. When you hit the instrument, you don't have to worry about going down. Gravity helps you in that. What you need to think about is lifting the sound out of the instrument. And so that means that after you strike, you're worried about pulling your wrist back to get to wherever you started. If it started here because it was a loud part, then after you strike, you come right back up. Preferably in a smooth motion, not super tense or jerky motion. You want a legato. Have you heard that word before? A legato stroke. So a smooth stroke that's at the same speed going up as it is going down. So I want you to play that one more time. Forte, strong, and this time, just play that same phrase. But think about lifting up, think about centers of the bars. No, you can hit much louder than that. playing at a different volume, you have to take other things into consideration. Now your range of motion has to adjust. You have to be very precise or very specific about rotating, which was again in last class. They're rotating your hands and getting as much weight into the mallet, or, into the board. And again, it's not a harsh downstroke, but you want a good force going down, but then lifting back up again with your wrist to pull the sound out of the instrument. So not to overdo this point, but I just think you naturally are very musical, and so you have to expand the range of what soft to loud is, and your technique, and get the most beautiful sound out of the instrument, even if it's not the best instrument. It doesn't affect you. You do the best that you can in that situation. Okay? Next piece. Now let's get